What we call infinity might just be a silent path to an inevitable conclusion. One of the most profound questions that has haunted human minds for centuries is this: does this world have an end? For some, it is a philosophical curiosity; for others, a deeply rooted religious belief. In our time, scientists speak of the physical demise of the universe, philosophers explore moral and existential collapse, and in between, humanity itself seems to be accelerating towards an uncertain fate. In Islam, the end of the world, Qiyamah, is a clear and fundamental belief. The Quran describes cosmic upheavals, stars falling, the sky torn apart, the earth trembling. The trumpet will be blown by the angel Israfil, and all living things will die. Then, it will be blown again, and everyone will rise for judgment. Some of the major signs include the emergence of Dajjal, Antichrist, the return of Isa, Jesus, the appearance of Gog and Magog, and a mysterious smoke covering the earth. These signs are not merely physical phenomena, but symbolic warnings for humanity to awaken before it's too late. Christianity also emphasizes the apocalypse, most vividly in the book of Revelation. There, it describes not just the end, but a cosmic war, dragons, beasts, and angels locked in battle. The earth suffers plagues, meteor showers, and darkness. The Antichrist rises to power, deceiving millions, until Jesus returns to defeat evil. The concept of rapture in many Christian traditions suggests that the faithful will be taken to heaven, leaving others to face the tribulation. Interestingly, several theologians believe that these writings, while metaphorical, reflect humanity's fear of chaos and its longing for divine order. In Judaism, the end is less destructive and more transformative. The Messianic era is seen as a time when the world will be filled with justice and peace. According to Talmudic writings, the world will exist for 6,000 years, followed by a millennium of rest, mirroring the 6 days of creation and the Sabbath. The coming of the Messiah will be preceded by moral decline, wars, and suffering, seen as birth pains of a new world. From a scientific standpoint, the universe's fate remains one of the most debated topics in cosmology. The Big Freeze suggests a bleak end. As the universe expands, it will become increasingly cold and empty. Over trillions of years, stars will burn out, black holes will evaporate, and matter itself may decay. A chilling silence will replace the once vibrant cosmos. In the Big Crunch theory, gravity may eventually overcome expansion, pulling galaxies back together. The universe would shrink into a singularity, possibly leading to a new Big Bang, a cycle of death and rebirth. While current data suggests that expansion is accelerating, this theory is still mathematically plausible. Heat death is another scenario, based on the second law of thermodynamics. As entropy increases, energy will become evenly distributed, leaving no usable energy. In this state, all processes cease, and the universe enters eternal stagnation. The Big Rip adds a terrifying twist. If dark energy becomes stronger over time, it could tear apart galaxies, stars, planets, and eventually atoms themselves. According to a 2003 study by Caldwell, Kamiankowski, and Weinberg, if this model is accurate, the universe might end in just 22 billion years. NASA's James Webb Space Telescope and CERN's Large Hadron Collider are instrumental in testing these theories. By observing distant galaxies and simulating early universe conditions, scientists hope to uncover how time and matter behave on cosmic scales. Philosophers approach the end differently. Plato believed the material world is an illusion, a shadow of eternal truths. So, the end of the physical might not be the end of reality. Aristotle, though more empirical, accepted that everything in motion aims toward a final cause, an ultimate purpose or telos. In modern thought, Heidegger argued that being toward death defines human existence. The very fact that we know we'll die gives meaning to our lives. Camus viewed the absence of inherent meaning as both a tragedy and a freedom. Facing the end, he said, we must rebel, not with violence, but with purpose, by creating value in a meaningless world. For Nietzsche, the apocalypse is a spiritual crisis. The death of God marks their collapse of old values, forcing humanity to redefine itself. Thus, the end isn't just physical, it's moral and cultural, too. But perhaps the most dangerous threat comes from ourselves. Humanity now possesses the means to destroy everything. Nuclear weapons can wipe out cities in minutes. The doomsday clock, maintained by the Bulletin of the Atomic Scientists, currently stands at 90 seconds to midnight, the closest it's ever been. Even a regional nuclear war could trigger a nuclear winter, blocking sunlight and collapsing global agriculture. Climate change is another slow but deadly threat. According to the IPCC, if global temperatures rise more than 1.5 C, we risk tipping points like ice sheet collapse and massive biodiversity loss. Wildfires, droughts, and floods are already displacing millions. In 2023 alone, climate-related disasters caused over $300 billion in damage. The COVID-19 pandemic revealed how fragile modern systems are. It disrupted economies, education, and healthcare worldwide. Virologists now warn that disease X, a hypothetical future virus, could be even deadlier. Gain-of-function research and bioweapons add to this risk. Artificial intelligence is the new frontier of danger. Some fear that super-intelligent machines could make decisions faster and more effectively than humans, rendering us obsolete or expendable. Thinkers like Nick Bostrom argue that without rigorous safety controls, AI could pursue goals misaligned with human survival. Even well-meaning systems could unintentionally wreak havoc, as seen in minor AI accidents today. So, does this world have an end? Religion says yes, and that end is divine and transformative. Science says yes, by forces we cannot escape. Philosophy says yes, but it may only be a rebirth. Humanity says yes, because we might bring it upon ourselves. But this question isn't just about how it all ends. It's about what we do while we're here. It's a call to wake up, to live with purpose, to protect what we still have.